wanted to get it done now in a hurry and get it behind you. We interject or intervene on our own when God is trying to do it in his own time. Amen. Can I use myself for an example? Now, why is it that in this particular calling or field of which I'm in, the preaching arena, think about if I would have just started preaching before the right time. Where do you think I would have ended up? What kind of mess do you think I might have been in? Amen? Amen. Timing is important, especially the right time, if God is the one who is in this matter. I want the Christian to be real this morning. I want you to be real, because, see, once you learn how to deal with delay, amen, you will find yourself doing a whole lot of things better and doing it the right way. Amen. Just because things are delayed does not mean that God's plan has been altered. Amen. It simply means that maybe God is not ready for you yet. Amen. To step out in the position that you are about to step into. Text says, amen, he asked the question, why can't I go now? And you will discover, amen, that Jesus didn't really give him the details as to why he couldn't go now. But he did assure him that that request would be granted, but later on. In other words, you'll be able to go with me, but you can't go at this particular time. Now, there's a lot of reasons why. You can even let your mind think and come up with all kinds of reasons why, amen, he couldn't go now. First of all, God's plan for humanity had not been completed. In other words, the plan of redemption had not yet been fulfilled. Let's put it like Grandma always said, Jesus had not gone to the cross yet. Amen. And he couldn't complete the redemptive plan until he finished the work at Calvary. Amen. Secondly, amen, you could say, well, he couldn't go in the present state that he was in. Amen. Because nobody can enter into the heaven that we're trying to get to, except, amen, there be a remission of sin. It took the blood of Christ to be able to do that. Y'all with me? Why can't I go now? Well, you can't go now, but you will go with me later. Amen. So denial could be a good thing if we know how to deal with it. But also it could be an albatross around our necks if we don't deal with it the right way. But I want to promise you one thing, brothers and sisters, if the Lord is in it, amen, it might seem like it's delayed for a long time. But if you trust him and stay with him, you will discover, amen, that delay is not your denial. Amen. Amen. For an example, I think if God wants to bless you with something, don't get into such a big a hurry because somebody else has it. Amen. You don't know what the individual has gone through to get there. You don't know what kind of suffering, what kind of pain, what kind of agony, amen, the individual had to go to get to where they are. Amen. And young folk, let me share this with you. Young people. Amen. You see seniors and people who've been at work for 20, 30, 40 years. They've worked from sun up to sundown, amen, for so long. And they're at the point now where they have things in life and whatever. But look, amen, it didn't happen overnight. Amen. There got to be some work involved. Things just don't fall out of the sky on a silver platter. Amen. You got to put work in it. You got to put time in it. Amen. Sometimes there's suffering in it. And all of this is to learn a life lesson. Amen. And when I tell you another thing, when you work it out, you appreciate it more. Oh, I'm getting in trouble now. Now watch me kind of hurt myself. Reverend, you're doing okay, but now you start to meddling. I'm going to talk about this. If I'm having to hit your family, just say out, I'm going to do better. Some of our young children would be much better off today if everything wasn't just handed down to them. Okay, I know I'm begging to understand. Amen. Now, this is really going to make somebody mad, but let me say it anyway. Amen. But I'm old school. You know, my mom and daddy made me get out there and work for things that I wanted in life. Amen. Amen. And some of our kids, I mean, they're just lazy. Amen. They ought to be lazy because everything was handed down. Amen. Now, everybody don't think this way. I'm not saying all parents are that way. I'm just saying you do see that, right? Amen. Amen. Somebody say ouch. Amen. Amen. The child won't even cut the grass. Amen. But mom and daddy cut the grass all the time. If you got a 9, 10, 11-year-old boy, amen, he ought to be in training. You know, I mean, it ain't that you're trying to work like a slave. You're trying to teach them a lesson. Amen. That if you're going to have things in life, you got to work for them. Y'all still love that? Well, I read he said, well, he should have said that. He didn't know that. That's probably why I can say it. Because I see stuff that you don't see. I don't mean you don't love them. It just means that you need to help them, right? I got to say about our white brothers and sisters, for the most part, that I've seen. I've listened to them, it's been a long time, but I know that I used to see them white boys. They were like, them boys like 8 years old. They were out there doing things that represented their dad. Amen. Because they were trying, they had money too, but they were trying to teach them a lesson. That if you're going to get things in life, you have got to work for it. Okay, that's another. Now, all right. Let me show you in the text, basically, why God's promises are never denied. Now, look at what is happening here in the outset. Amen. Peter wants to go with Jesus now. He is he stands so firm on that conviction that he tells Jesus that he was willing to lay his life down. Therefore, that willingness qualifies him to be able to go with Jesus not tomorrow, but now. And whenever you, amen, lay your life down for anything, you're laying your life down, you're paying the ultimate price. Amen? Well, sometimes you might think that you're ready, when indeed that you're not. Amen. Jesus says, turns to him and says, will you truly lay down your life for me? I mean, if that's what you're telling me, that you're really going to lay it down or give it up or die for me? Peter, you know, you're making a bold statement here. That's what you're going to do? Well, yeah, Lord, I'm just putting this in now. Well, so wait a minute, let me straighten you out. So first of all, I want you to know, amen, your assertion is wrong. Your idea is wrong. Amen. You're not going to do that. Because before the rooster crows, amen, you're going to deny me 3 times. Now that was a big disappointment to tell a person I'm going to lay my life down. And yet Jesus peeps into his future and see that he's going to be denied 3 times before the rooster would even crow. I'm ready to go now, he said. Now, as we continue to negotiate the text, watch this. Now, let me show you how the promises of God is never denied, even though they are delayed. And the 14th chapter, amen, he says, okay, first thing I want you to know that you're stressing too much. I know you feel like that you want to go with me, and I'm getting ready to leave you, your heart is troubled. But he says, let not your heart be troubled. Y'all see that? Now, if you believe in God, you believe also in me. And I do believe they believe that. So what he was saying is this: if you believe God, I want you to believe what I'm telling you. And that's what the Christians need to wrap around our heads, is when the word states something, amen, you can bank on it. Amen. He's not going to tell us anything. If God is our Father, we believe that, then we believe what the Word says. Now, what he's simply saying is, you can't go now, but if you just wait, I got something better. In my Father's house. Amen. There's many mansions. What do you mean by that? In his Father's house. In his Father's kingdom. In his Father's world. There are many mansions. We're talking about impressive living. Somebody say impressive living. Because even in this world, if you live in a mansion, brothers and sisters, you in high cotton. Amen? Now, guess what? If he would have gone when he requested to go with him, then he would have missed the opportunity of living in his mansion. That impressive living. Now, why do you say that? Because he says, I'm going to prepare a place for you. Therefore, amen, until the place was prepared. You got to get this. Don't miss it now. Watch what it says. I'm going to prepare a place for you. Amen. That means now that he's going to make preparation. He's going to prepare something. Don't miss it, Christian. Amen. Sometimes we take the leap, amen, out there before the preparation is made. Y'all hear me preaching here? That's why many Christians end up in a disaster. Is because they leap before things are prepared. Amen. But if God's timing is in your time and your timing is in God, amen, then when you leap, amen, you're going to be leaping at the right time. Therefore, he's going to allow us to leap, amen, because he knows we're not ready. So he delays the leap. Thank the Holy Spirit. And once he delays it, then he prepares you. So when you do leap into your, as we say, your destiny, your future, or whatever it is, then you're there and you're settled. Help me here, somebody. Amen. Now I'm going to prepare a place for you. If I go, watch this now. Here comes the blessing. I said now, delay is not denial. If I go, I'm coming again. And then what it said? Now, what's going to happen when he comes the second time? When he comes again, he's going to receive people. Amen. He's going to take him in. Where he is, he can be there also. But now, he couldn't go now. He has to wait. Everything has been prepared. Amen? It says, if I go and prepare a place for you, y'all read this many times, I will come again, receive you to myself, that where I am, there you may be also. Amen. And another thing he says in verse number 4, whether I go, you know, and the way you know. And this is what tripped up Thomas. Amen. Put the next verse on the screen, then we're going to turn the corner. Amen. This is what got Thomas. Thomas said to him, Lord, we don't know where you're going. Now that's kind of really, that's an interesting statement, because really he just didn't know. Amen. And Jesus already said, amen, whether I go, you know, and the way you know. But yet Thomas is saying, we don't know where you're going. Amen. And you said that the way, we all know this. We don't understand this. And then Thomas said to him in verse number 5, Lord, amen, we know not whither thou goest, and how can we know the way? Y'all see that? Come on, Christians, now you got to stay with me. Amen. Because I tell you, this is important. And Jesus said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Look at those three things. I am the way, I'm the truth, and I'm the life. Right? And neither one of them addresses the place. Help me now. The question is, Lord, where are you going? All right? That's the place. Jesus says, I'm the way, I'm the truth, I'm the life. But it doesn't satisfy the place question. Amen. Now, he does that, I feel, intentionally, because what he got to realize is that if you want to go to the place, first of all, he got to know the way. Amen. And many of us trying to go somewhere, amen, and we don't know how to get there. Y'all gonna help me preach? Amen. You're talking about making a mess. You're talking about running into a situation You try, amen, to go to New York and don't know even how to get there. Amen. When you should be traveling north, you're going southwest. You won't ever get there. That tells me that you don't know the way. But if you got some idea of the way, amen, and you can get the right map, well, now we use GPS or whatever, amen, you will discover that this is the way that you go. Amen. Now, I'm going to take you to the place, but I want you to, first of all, know the way. Amen. And then it says to him, Philip said unto him, Lord, amen, Jesus said unto him, I'm the way, I'm the truth, and the life, and no man come to the Father but by me. If you have known me, you should have known my Father also. Now, that's a good one there. Look at that. If you had known me. It's almost like he is saying that somehow or another within the time frame that I was here with you, you missed something. If you had known me. See that? Yeah. You should have known my Father. So what in the world was he doing all this time for Jesus to say that? Did he miss something? Was he out of step? Was he out of time? Amen. If you've known me, you should have known my Father also. Amen. And henceforth you know him and have seen him. Amen. I'm getting ready to close now. Amen. But before I do, let me jump over to one more verse, and we're going to close. This is Philip now. We're back to Philip. And Philip said unto him, Lord, show us the Father, and it will please us. Okay? Lord, show us the Father, and it will satisfy us. What's wrong with that request? Nothing, if you really want to know, right? Show us. Let us see him. And then it's going to satisfy us. Go to verse number 9. Now watch this. Watch this response. Jesus said unto him, have I been so long time with you? Where was Philip all this time? Seeing Jesus raise the dead and give sight to the blind. Where was Philip, amen, when he heard the voice that came from heaven when they baptized Jesus? This is my beloved Son, in whom I'm well pleased. Where were you, Philip? Amen. Have I been so long time with you, and yet you have not known me? What have you missed? Amen. But he says to him, okay, I got the answer. He that have seen me, have seen the Father. Amen. And how sayest thou then, show us the Father? Amen. I wonder how many times that many of us in life, amen, have answered that same question. Lord, if you're really who you say you are, when are you going to show it? When are you going to reveal to me who you are? I heard other folk talk about it, but when am I going to find out? Well, I got some news for you. He's already done that. Amen. And where we get this thing from, that, amen, I found the Lord. Amen. You didn't find him, trust me. Amen. He's so high, you can't even reach him. Amen. If you go down in the valley and the pitfalls of hell, amen, you can't even get there. But I guess what? He did. Amen. I found the Lord. The fact of the matter is, amen, he let you discover him. Amen. And for us, he's finding you. He knew where you were all the time. Can I get a witness here? But I believe one songwriter said I kept searching. And I kept on searching. Amen. Until the Lord finally put himself in a position where I could find him. And then I thought I found him. Brothers and sisters, I want to let you know, amen, that you need to put your hand in the Lord's hand. Amen. And we need to take this in mind. And this goes for preachers, deacons, and everybody here. Amen. The thing that's going to catapult us or launch us, amen, into that promise of not amen, being denied is we got to obey what he says. Amen. You might do like Red, you might can sing real good and Terrell. And these brothers can sing so enough. But even if you can't sing, amen, the promise is still there. And singing, you can't sing it out. You gotta live it out. This thing got in my spirit this morning. I'm going to say it because somebody needs to hear it. Amen. Amen. You can't love God without giving him a life. Amen. That he can have. I don't care how good you sing. I don't care how good you dress. It's all about your life. Amen. I know Baptist folk don't want to hear this. Amen. But without holiness, no man will see him. Amen. Somebody say, preacher of it. You can't be up today and down tomorrow. Amen. You got to present him a life. Amen. Paul says that we should present our bodies. Amen. Ain't nothing you can do to clean it up. Amen. You can lay down the adultery, you can lay down sin, you can lay it all down. You can't do it on your own. It takes a God, amen, who's going to transform and change your life. And then he only gives you the position to present what he has changed. Oh, I feel like preaching here. Amen. So we got to live right, brothers. Amen. You just can't come here on Sunday morning and sing about holiness. Every day of your life, you got to live holy. Every day, amen, the sun, amen, every time you see the sun rise and the sun set, you got to live holy. Come on, you Baptist folks. Somebody say amen out there. Amen. Amen. Come on, let me hear you say it. You got to live what? Because without holiness, no man shall see you. That don't mean that he don't love you because of the make a mistake. But you can't roll up in this stuff. Get off of me. Amen. You got to clean it up. Amen. Cut me a high five. Amen. You got to clean it up. Can I get a witness out there? Oh, y'all don't want to talk about it, but I'm not going to let you know. Amen. We got to live right. Amen. And if you're going to be a disciple of Christ, I'll tell you something else you got to do. You got to love everybody. Ain't no such thing as shouting on Sunday and hate the one that's sitting next to you. I'm talking about my God is satisfied. Amen. And let me tell you something else. If you want folk to know that you're a follower of Christ, you have to do it by love. If you love one another, by this commandment, all men will know that you're a follower of me. It ain't how you preach. It ain't how I preach on Sunday mornings. Amen. But it's how I love the family of God. Let me tell you something. Let's get off of me now. Look. Amen. I ain't got to wine and dine you. Amen. To love you. Huh? Yeah, all I got to do is see a need in your life. Amen. If I see a problem, there's a need there. Amen. The word says, if you see your brother or your sister in need, and you close your mouth of protection, I drive the love of God. My responsibility is help you in your need. I don't have to whine and dine you. I need you to help you when you're down. Somebody say amen. If you want God's blessings, learn how to follow his commandments. God bless you. We got it wrong. But do like the word says. God's commandment. I give you that you love one another, even as I have loved you. And baby, if I do it right, guess what? I'm going to be blessed. Huh? And that's just what? The promise is there for me. And then just for the preachers, for you too. Huh? Oh, ain't good, is it? How in the world I get so far off my chest? But it's all right. Amen. Yeah. Amen. So you love one another. Even as Christ hath loved us. Y'all know what, folks? We say we love each other. God knows we say it all the time. And I wonder, do we really mean that? I'm just asking a question. This is a rhetorical question. That means that you really don't have to give an answer. I'm just asking a question so you can see where I'm trying to get to. But I wonder if we really do mean that. Huh? Now, if you really want to show me that you love me, let me get down and I need your help. And you do like the guy that was going, seen the guy down there, crossed over to the preacher. Even the preacher crossed over. Hey, bro, how you doing? See you later, you know what I'm saying? They just got about to bleed to death. Amen. Been assaulted by his peers and everybody else. He got no hope, no nothing. Well, somebody else will help him and go about your business. And you gonna tell me that you love somebody with that kind of demonstration? Doesn't work that way, does it? Amen. But guess what, Brother Trofield? Just that Sunday, we get all these folk in the church house. Boy, you listen to us speak and talk, you think that we have got it. Right? And then you walk out on Mondays and it's almost like you don't even know the person. That's having a good time, yes. Well, let me close now. Deny it. Say deny it with me. Deny it. Don't necessarily mean that you're not going to get it. You got to get it in God's time. So say delay. That means that God's got to prepare some stuff. Amen. So once he prepared, guess what? He's going to drop it just like it's hot right in your lap. Because now you know what to do with it. One more thing, this is a teaching moment. You know, I got 4 closing points. Let me throw this at you, okay? Oh, we need to hear this. Here's what I'm going to throw at you. God is much smarter than you. And me. You can't eat food in no time. Right? So why do we think that we can do it our way and God puts this stamp of approval on it? Huh? And just because things haven't happened yet, don't mean that God is satisfied. He's trying to give us an opportunity to get it right. Huh? Think about that, y'all. And ain't nobody in this building going to heaven if you hate anybody.
That's right.
You ain't going, period. And neither am I. So I can't hate and see Christ's face in peace. Right? Y'all going to see. Y'all going away. I'm going to tell you what the Bible says about you. I ain't going to say it because you might get mad at me and run me out. But the Bible says, how can you love God whom you never see? And hate that brother or sister that you see basically every day or quite often? How does God love brother you? And guess what he said? I didn't say that. He said you're a lie.
Yes, sir.
It's almost like God said you're a lie. It ain't possible. Why? Because God is what?
Love.
All right.